Yo, SojuTalk Nation! On this week's episode, we'll be covering fuego releases from Cravity, ONEUS, Chungha, Cherry Bullett, and Bobby. We'll also be cooking up some spicy news coverage, including Kingdom Starts to Take Shape, and GOT7 and Mamamoo contract developments. So prepare your body, turn up the volume because we coming in hot. Hit me with that intro! Hey, what's up everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 123, and we're recording on Monday, January 25th, 2021. I'm Doug, and joining me today we got Warren.
Hey, what's up everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. Boom. Alright, announcements. We really don't have any, but shout out to the SojuTalk Nation podcast, which is our community's podcast, once again. Shout out to them. But we are now at part 1 of SojuTalk, episode 123, where we discuss big new releases, choose the spicy song king, and hit you with the music show winners. Boom. Wait, technically there was one announcement. Mnet upgraded his Patreon level. So shout out to Del for doing that for us.
Thank you.
I need to send them stickers.
Thank you.
Forgot. Sorry. I'll do it as soon as possible. Yeah. All right, but let's see. So big new releases. We got 5 of them. I know we normally cover 4, but we were asking the homies, our patrons, to help us choose them. It was very contentious, so we just decided, hey, let's make everyone happy, and we're gonna cover 5. So the 5 we are covering. So back on Tuesday, January 19th, Cravity released My Turn, ONEUS released No Diggity, and Chungha released X. On Wednesday, January 20th, Cherry Bullett released Love So Sweet, and today, on Monday, January 25th, Bobby released You Mad? But let's start at the top with Cravity's My Turn. So they are from Starship, debuted last year in 2020. Their last 3 songs, which are their only 3 title tracks, are Flame, Cloud9, and Break All the Rules, and they only have 1 music show win so far. Oh, this is My Turn. Okay. Vroom, 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 vroom. Get out my way. Okay. You know what the funny thing is? As bad as I think the lyrics are, I kind of like this song.
Catchy, right?
It's so catchy. It is so catchy.
It is.
The lyrics are kind of tragic though, right? Like,
well, it's kind of tragic, but like, you know how I used to say like music in the trash can, you know, that kind of deal. Like,
yeah,
it's poop, but like, you know, the kind of trash that makes you want to keep smelling it, you know, like that kind of trash.
All right, that's a little far.
That's a little much.
But it was enjoyable. It was like it was a lot. Like it's not like you don't listen to it and you go, oh, this is art, but like you go listen to it and it's like it's very degenerate and you're enjoying every moment of it. And I really appreciate that. That was really great.
Okay, so my main overall impression was there was a lot of NCT vibes going on.
I can explain that.
I can explain too, Anita.
Yes.
I did research this week.
Good,
so,
you can go.
Anita, is it this Alwan guy who produced this song? Is what I was people were telling me.
Possibly. I had another name that I recognized just looking at the credits.
Okay, but the guy I looked up, his name is Alwan. He apparently worked on 127's Punch, Wavy's After Midnight, Super M's 100, Baekhyun's Get You Alone, and Kai's So that kind of makes sense to me. But who'd you look up, Anita?
Yeah, well, I saw the ending credits at the end of the music video, and they had like a whole list of people, including the lyricist, which we can discuss further. But for composers, the name that I recognized was Ryan S. Jun. So
Ryan Jun.
Yes, he's worked a ton with SM, and I recognized him more for EXO's work that he's done. But he also worked on NCT stuff. He worked on the Super M stuff 100. I think the latest one that he did with NCT was Kick It most recently. So
okay.
I mean,
the structures, I can see it for sure.
I mean, Ryan Jun's one of those people that has worked with everybody in the industry. Like he's worked with G-Friend. He's worked with Oh My Girl. He's worked with Hyomin. He's worked with Chogun, FX, Red Velvet, obviously, and then
AOA,
like
Kang Daniel,
Super Juniors, U-Kiss, like
Eyes One, yeah,
right. Lee Hori is in here. H Logic, that's the album. And I feel like I would probably say it was almost an intentional move from a group of people to set their direction to be like in a way similar to NCT's. Not like they're copying them, but like as a reference point, they're going off.
I get that
right. And that was pretty cool, I think.
Yeah. Okay. The elephant in the room, the Lamborghini in the room is. So the lyricist is Uju Sonyo's Exy, who all of us in the crew like her. Exy. Yep. These lyrics are one of the finest art I've ever seen in K-pop. These lyrics, vroom 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 skr. Like this is art right here. Get out my way. All right, the lyrics are a bit of hot trash, specifically the beginning of the chorus, right? Let's just throw that out there.
To be honest, I wasn't as bothered by the actual content of the lyrics. Like it's not like super duper complex. Like I get it. I feel like it's meant to be like super repetitive and just kind of catchy to match like a very like chill type of vibe with the song.
Right.
What I didn't like about the chorus was the switch to the high pitch at the end of those phrases. I think it was.
Wait, I like that. I like that.
Really? I liked it the first time, and then I didn't like it that much the second time, and then the third time I was like, maybe not.
Wasn't there one point they went skirt, and I was like, okay.
Of course they did.
I was gonna say,
I will add. Oh yeah.
Sorry, I was gonna say that in the chorus they pitch it so interestingly that I almost can't even understand what they're saying, because they say like my turn, right? And they repeat turn, but it's so, I don't know, like alter, like the pitch, that I couldn't understand what they were saying at some point.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Here is two things. Well, one thing that both of you aren't really thinking about.
Yeah.
This is a modern trap,
It is, yeah.
Like you guys know the genre. Like this is hip hop, trap, modern stuff, cool stuff, new stuff. Not super new anymore, but you get the idea. And if you think about common things about this genre, one thing that stands out is lyrics you don't understand because they're being mumbled, or there's too much effects going on. Which people might argue is a bad thing. I think it adds more rhythmic flair to it. And just heats it further, And about the skirt stuff, I mean, I know we're making fun of it, but at the same time, if the lyrics were like a love ballad, all of a sudden, that would be weird too. I think it was very appropriate. They played well into skirt all the way. Like that was like,
I mean, they committed.
That was a smart move.
Okay, here's the thing. I will go down saying that I think like the lyrics are hot trash, but at the same time, I don't think the song is hot trash.
No,
I think it's extremely catchy. Like out of all the songs this week, it's like the first or second most memorable for me out of them. Like it's just stuck in my head, like the chorus, like for better or for worse. They named the song My Turn, and it's about cars. Like, I see what you did there.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm happy what you did there, but you did it. Yeah, okay. Warren, you're like really lagging right now. So like part of your skin tone is still left on the screen to the right. It's really weird. Yeah, it's kind of strange.
Right. Well.
Yeah, but overall, Cravity, so they have Flame, Cloud9, Break All the Rules. I really don't know where to place this. I know it's not better than Break All the Rules for me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I like Break All the Rules. In terms of comparing it to the other ones, I'm really undecided because I don't think this is that strong for them. But at the same time, I don't hate it. So that's where I'm at with this one.
Personally, I mean, I don't have the greatest memory of their previous comebacks.
Okay.
So I think that says a lot about how much I like this one in particular.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
This is good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Wait, you straight like this? Okay.
That's nice.
Did you think I would dislike it?
I mean, the general opinion that it's like a fiesta. This one.
Oh, is it?
Like people are pretty much saying like the lyrics are kind of crazy, but like it's interesting. That's the general vibe I've been getting from people on this one.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a rap fan and stuff like that. But
yeah, what's your overarching feelings of My Turn?
For me, it's probably up there as far as title tracks. And I think a part of it also has to do with the choreo. I thought the choreo was very, very nice and fitting to the song. So much so that I feel like I've been watching a lot of their live stages just to watch the choreography, more than I have for any of their other title tracks. So it's up there for me, I think, so far.
Okay, interesting. I mean, obviously they're from Starship. They have a lot of potential still.
Yeah.
For sure. They're on the rise. I wouldn't be surprised if they're winning music shows eventually. I don't know if they will right now because G-Idol's Hwa is doing really, really well.
Yeah.
But, I think Cravity is one of the brightest rookie guy groups for sure that came out of last year. But let's move on to the next song. So we have ONEUS's No Diggity, Giggity, Giggity. No, it's just called No Diggity. But they are from RBW. They debuted in 2018. Their last 3 songs were Busha, To Be or Not To Be, and A Song Written Easily, with 0 music show wins so far. This one was something, right? This was something. I know Warren has been a little critical of ONEUS historically. I don't think that's really going to change with this one, to be honest.
Unfortunately.
There was just a lot going on in this song.
Visually and musically, both, I think.
Yeah. Okay, we had a pre-discussion before the pod starts. We just gauge, are you going to be positive or negative, is more or less what we just gauged before, so we know how to flow this better. But Warren was like, maybe we should start at there are good points of this song. All right, I'll break it down. There is so much aggression coming out in this song, and I think the falling point with me is that there's no catchy melody to lean on all that aggression with. You know what I'm saying, right, Warren? I think
yeah.
I feel like sometimes, I don't want to make a direct comparison, but with AT's song, they're also generally very aggressive, right? But at least AT's comes with a super catchy chorus when they do that. So there's something to lean on with that. So then you do get a package out of it. I felt like this was a ton of aggression that was building. I was like, all right, what are we going to do with this chorus? And then they just did the drop. And I'm like, that's where they really lost me. But that being said, I thought the pre-chorus, specifically Sunho's part in it, was really good. I think that's the strongest part in the entire song, is the pre-chorus. It built up so much hype, and then I was just let down once the chorus actually came.
Oh.
All right, Anita, you go. Then we'll finally get the
I'll go. I think for me, I agree with that it felt like there was a lot of energy, but then not a very concise point where it feels like, yes, this is the chorus, this is what I'm supposed to remember. For me, I also found it very interesting that there's a last burst of energy at the end of the song with a very intense dance break, which I thought was impressive, because I thought throughout the whole song it was a lot of energy, and then to even push it even more, it felt like, oh dang, they're going all out, but it almost feels like a little excessive at times, visually and just sound wise, because I think there was also a lot of sounds that I didn't expect to hear as well, like a rockish and then acoustic guitars, almost back to back.
Yeah, there's a rock motif going on in the verses.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Can we talk about the verses? It's very sing talky, it's not like they're singing. It's more like they're talking to you. I don't know. That's just an observation. I didn't find it the most compelling thing. In terms of another kid, I thought Hwang-woong, I think he's consistently very talented.
Yeah.
And he's trying his best to absolutely hard carry a lot of the songs. And it's good because clearly he's showing off what he can do, but sometimes he's just eating up the screen attention for me. So I don't really know, because it feels like he's going ham. They put him in the middle for a lot of the big parts of the song.
Understandably, yeah.
Understandably, because he's clearly the center, right? But at a certain point, it's if he's going to go this ham, I need everyone else to also go that ham, or else I'm just going to watch him sometimes. And that's sometimes what I get from them. But what about you, Warren?
The reason I've been silent is not because I don't like the song. It's because my ping has been exploding.
Yes.
As you can tell if you're on YouTube, my video is blurry. But it's calmed down now a little bit. So here's the thing with No Diggity, or Korean title is 반박불가, which let's begin there. 반박불가 is an old slang at this point that not really a lot of people use. And it feels kind of forced. It feels like, a forced usage of online slang. You guys know how that feels? feels kind of weird. Feels kind of cheesy. Not really the best first impression of a song, right? And then you go into the song itself, which many parts of it, I'll try to summarize it in much as possible. It feels like they're trying to be, oh, I'm crazy, I am angry, I have a lot of energy, and they have this goal they want to get to, but it all kind of falls apart a little bit because it doesn't feel committed to it. Yeah, and then the whole song itself feels like it's about 4 years old. The entire EDM drop is a little out of style at this point. The way people are rapping, the way the melodies are being progressed, it's a little cheesy for me.
There's a lot of like suggestive imagery too. Let's be straight up here.
Yeah, that's
Really?
it.
Yeah, there's like I feel like some of the concept things a little bit strange. Like there's like putting the finger near your mouth. There's like things like that. No, really, no. There is if you rewatch this.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, some of it I'm like, okay, I see what you're trying to do here.
And now I did tell Doug in the morning that I thought it would be a good idea to cover ONEUS because we've been following them consistently, and even though I haven't been liking their recent stuff, and I would probably place No Diggity in one of my least favorite songs from this group, I keep wanting to check them out because I hope they actually come back with a song I like or a song that I think is really, really good. And at that point, to me, this group stands out a lot and has a special place in my heart almost. So
yeah, it feels
does that
like,
kind of make sense?
No, it makes sense to me. It also feels like our RBW feels like they need to double and triple down in this darker like direction over and over again with their releases. Because if you think of their debut, they did like Valkyrie, which is more like dancey. There's not much of that anymore in their music. It seems like they're going extremely performance based without there being ridiculous choreo though. You know, like because they were on road. It seems like they were on Road to Kingdom, right? Which is a completely performance based show. It's not even about the music. It's what can you do on the screen. Yeah. And it seems like their music videos are reflecting that consistently still, even though they're not on the show anymore. I don't know if that's the best move. That being said, it seems like the aesthetic they were going for was sort of like Big Bang, 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 Bang. I don't know. That was the vibes I was getting.
Oh.
Yeah, see, already, again, that's where I was like, this feels like it's a couple years old at this point. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I
like ONEUS though. And you know, the thing is, I like some of their songs. It's just like, I'm like, I don't know if we're going in the right direction though.
They've been trying different stuff, concept sounds. It's been trial and error, I think, still.
I just feel like whatever direction they go in, it's fine. It's just how they go in that direction right now for me has been rubbing me the wrong way.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I also feel like the direction they're going is sort of reflected also in the path that Mamamoo's been going lately. I would say more of a darker route.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because they are from the same company, and
Right.
I wonder why RBW thinks this is the correct direction with a lot of their groups. I don't know. I've just been kind of sus of their decision making lately. Maybe that's just me though. But let's move on to the next one. So we have Chungha's ex. So she is from MNH. Debuted in 2016 with IOI, 2017 as a solo artist. Her last 3 releases, she's done like a gajillion releases. We're gonna finally get the album eventually.
One of these days.
It's in a couple weeks, I think. So this is a pre-release ex. Her last were Dream With You, Be Yourself, and My Friend, and she has 13 music show wins as a soloist. I want Warren to go first. He said some things that I did not expect in the pre-recording for this song.
Well, I mean, you know how I feel about ballads.
Yeah.
You know, they usually do the same thing over and over again. It's not really that great. But this is the counterexample. This track, my friends, it's so well made. It's, it almost makes me angry listening to it.
Makes you angry. Okay.
Right. Because, I mean, sure, as a hobby, as a side thing, I make music. And I don't have like pride in it or anything. But like, when I listen to stuff like this, when it's so good, it makes you angry because some music is just too good. It's just so good that like there's like an incredible amount of gap that will like, that kind of deal. Like this, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know where to begin. Like, the production is perfect. The way Chungha sings is perfect. The way those two things come together is perfect. The vocal sample selection in the beginning was amazing. And I think a lot of it goes, I think the lyrics are amazing too. Like, I'm touching on a lot of things. You guys go. I will return to this later. It's great. It's a wonderful song if you haven't listened to it yet. It is the best song this year so far. It is the best song of Chungha's catalog. It is. This is a little spicy. If the song dropped last year, this would have been my favorite song of the year.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I think that's too far.
Strong words.
All right,
y'all go.
I'm a fan of Chungha's dancey, more Vogue stuff. Like Dream with You, I think was like, it should have been a top 3 song of last year. Personally, that's how. Like, and if you watch the Dream of You, the dance music video, whatever you want to call it, you instantly know what kind of Chungha music I like, right? Clearly, just based on that. So I'm not super in the boat that exes. I like the overall theming. She's basically shaming, like throwing shade at her ex. I kind of like that. I was like, who hurt you, girl? Like, that's what I was thinking. Another Crispy on our Discord said, like, he said something to the extent of, what a big oof if you're Chungha's ex. I would 100% get that. Like, that makes so much sense to me. No, I get what you're saying there. But overall, I thought that the song was good because I thought it was good. And I'll say why I think this part is a little bad as well. But I thought it was good because they stuck to what she's good at, the lower registry vocals that they chose. The issue I had with it never really built to anything. That's like one little criticism I have of it. There was no like vocal peak of this song. It was just consistently like good throughout.
You are mad, sir.
I don't think so. There was no like high note or anything. It just like it did its thing. That's all I'm saying.
It didn't need a vocal high pitched thing. I'm being very laggy right now, aren't I?
Yeah, you're like 4 pixels. Okay. You're like 4 pixels right now, fam.
That's fine. Just listen to what I'm saying. It doesn't need the high pitch that thing because
you wouldn't do that in a ballad though.
Right, but the thing is, it doesn't need it because the emotions, everything naturally flows into it so naturally. You don't need this device telling you this is the peak of the song, this is the climax. We don't need that because it builds into it so naturally. Pay attention, Douglas. Pay attention.
The only thing I'm paying attention, man. I'm always so confused by it, like how your consistency with songs. Like, I expected you not to like this. Like,
I kind of saw it coming, to be honest. And I think sometimes we tend to agree, Warren and I guess, to some sounds, I guess. And for me, this sound for Chungha sounds very controlled. She knows exactly what she's doing with her voice. The instrumental, the music video, everything seems very, very well planned out, and it works so good. I think for me, what struck me the most, aside from just her musical ability, the song, was the visuals that paired this up, because I think it even drives the message even more. Like, she is like above this, and then she's so like serenely looking at like this city that she's kind of destroying, and that message also, like, where she picks this like person up and then like drops them. That was, I don't know, I feel like it made me feel a little eerie, like with the song playing in the background, like very kind of almost bittersweet, but then this imagery is not that. I don't know, I thought it was really, really cool the way they did that.
I think what really, okay, so a couple things about the song, right? This song is lyrics written by, composed by, arranged by DJ Hot Boys with 2 Z's.
Okay.
And that is including it's a duo of a guy named Cliflin, and Black Skirts. Yeah.
You need to give context, give context.
Black Skirt is probably the most revolutionary indie band of the 2010s and the late 2000s.
Korean bands, yeah.
Right. In Korea. Now it's a one-man band. It's been a one-man band for a while. His album's beautiful ballads, beautiful soft rock music. Please do check them out. And it's very clear that this song is influenced by it. And I without looking at the credits, I thought he was involved in it, because if you listen to the chorus, He is in the background chorus, right? He's in the background chorus, and I was like, that kind of sounds like him. It was him. I was very surprised, very pleasantly. So that was pretty cool. And that honestly might be why I'm like so positively reacting to the track because of my bias. But there you go. So that's one thing. The other thing is the Korean title of the song is in the path that I walked.
Oh yeah, that's a lyric in the song. Right. Yeah.
That's also part of the lyrics. In the path I walked, there was nothing such as a flower field, and I thought that was such a clever reference to what people are telling Chungha earlier in her career after Produced. They were like, "Oh, we'll just have you walk the flower path," that kind of deal. And it almost started making me think about the lyrics. Is it a simple like shade at your ex kind of song? Or is it an embodiment of her career and where she's at right now while she's looking back? I don't know. You tell me. Am I overthinking this? Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that added with the lyrics, added with the emotions, and added with the music videos, I feel like the emotions that are being portrayed here isn't simply like, oh, I'm gonna throw shit at my ex. I feel like it's a lot more complex. It's not a simple I'm sad. It's not a simple I'm happy or gone. There's a lot of complex emotions, and it's difficult to explain. You know what I'm talking about. Anita, you have a big brain.
There's more room for interpretation, I think, right? Visually and lyrically, yeah. Right,
and that's where I keep going back to the song over and over and over again, and I'm like actively listening, trying to peel the onion.
I wish I could be this excited about a song. God damn, like Jesus Christ!
I'm telling you, this song is revolutionary. Okay, maybe not it's not revolutionary, but it's still. I could go on and on. It's.
Hey Warren, how about you make a side video about how much you like this song? I'm gonna call you out because you clearly want to.
Okay. Quick side note about side videos. If you are watching on YouTube right now, you'll probably notice that my room's looking a little emptier than normal. And you see a little background sign that says SojuTalk rather than my normal.
Bro, there's 0 pixels there.
Okay, never mind.
Can barely detect it.
I'm moving in a week. I've been busy with moving, and once I'm done moving, you'll see some stuff.
Ooh.
Mark my words.
You are promising the listener, sir.
I am actually promising. Don't worry.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll be about this song in particular, but I mean, I could. I don't know.
On our end, though, let's make a second promise then. We will do more side content, whether let's be real here. People don't like our tier list video. Let's be straight up, bro. Like we still get angry comments now, and I'm like, bro, like in the comment section, the pinned comment is like, this was recorded in like May. Relax, fam. Like chill. Like I don't know if we're gonna do that again because honestly, we might do it as like an activity on the community, but I don't think we're gonna make a full video about it because like. People are never happy with that. I get that though. But
we got a 95 upvote and then 17 downvote on that video apparently. It's not too bad.
I will say we will promise to do more side things, as in like a live stream, something of that nature. If there wasn't COVID, you'd have other videos, but like at the time being, we'll do something like a live stream or do something else that's weird. We'll promise you that too. So we are promising more content. But
I was so excited about the song, my lips started bleeding.
Oh my God.
Bro, okay. Okay. Let's instead of like an anime nosebleed, your lips bleed when you're excited.
Oh dear.
Okay, I guess. But let's move on to the fourth song this week. So Wednesday, January 20th, we have Cherry Bullett's Love So Sweet. So they are from FNC, debuted in 2018. Last 3 songs were Aloha A, Hands Up, and Really Really, with 0 music show wins so far.
All right.
Someone's
been listening to a lot of Billie Eilish.
Okay, exactly, dude. That's my first note. There is a lot of Eilish going on here.
I do too.
Yeah.
The double downing on the synth pop. Clearly the bass line / synth thing sounds a lot like Bad Boy, I would say. Right?
Bad guy.
Bad guy.
Yeah, the whistling, the drum, the kick drums, like that's like a clear reference point.
That being said, like I like Billie Eilish.
Yeah,
I like
bad.
this.
Bad, yeah.
So I like this. Honestly, I feel like Cherry Bullett has been very inconsistent with their songs over their career. Like I really like some. I really don't like some. But for me, this is their strongest song since Q&A, their debut. That's how much I like this one. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna double down and say I agree with that.
Right?
Really?
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah. For a second, I wasn't getting anything, and I was like, "Oh, maybe they disagree." And then suddenly I heard, "God!" I was like, "My internet is so bad today." It was one thing if the Billie Eilish thing, if the bad guy, if the bad guy reference point, if it was forced in, I would have been like, "Why would you do that?" But I think the transitions were very fine. They were flowing very nicely. And near the end, they always convert back into a drum and bass, normal K-pop-ish kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I was like, this is a little boring. I missed the whistling and the the choruses they got earlier. And I was like, okay, it's working really well. And I thought it was really cute, and I thought it was really well executed. It was nice.
Anita seemed a little shocked that we like this a lot. Why, Anita?
Well, the thing is,
do to you?
They didn't do anything specifically. I guess the song took some turns that I didn't think it was going to take, so I was left a little bit like waiting for something different. Specifically for me, it happens leading up to the chorus. I think something about it made me feel like, oh, I think we might go higher or something, in the melody, but it felt like it kind of does like a medium drop. I don't know what to call it.
No. If you think about the note choice, dun dun da 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 da.
Yeah, it's
right.
more
It's
of
like it's a little bit flat. I guess.
Yeah, it's not higher or lower, but it's somewhere in the middle, I think. And I guess it made me feel like, oh, I guess I didn't think it was gonna go that way. I thought it was gonna go higher. Especially because I feel like their vocalists are very, very good. Like,
okay, Anita. I wanted to talk about this.
Right?
Why are you so angry about that?
No. There are two girls in this group who are S tier vocalists.
Exactly.
I know that as well. I've watched.
So it's Haeyoon, right? And then the other girl who gets no attention is Bora. She is okay. I wanted to even reference this here. So there's a girl in this group named Bora, right? She's one of the vocalists. Okay. She was on a one-off show at a holiday season called V1, right? She made an appearance on the show. She got out in the first round. She shouldn't have. She was ridiculous. She's look good. Up her V1 performance. It was ridiculous. I thought it was the best. Like, I think Dreamcatcher Shion won the whole show. Or was Yeonjung on that? I don't remember who won that show. But there was a lot of good vocalists on that show. I think Bora's performance was the best performance on the entire program. Just saying.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it was that good. Anita, were those the two kids you were also going to talk about?
Yeah, because to be honest, my favorite song from Cherry Bullett still to this day is Q&A. I think the beat, the music video, the high notes, everything about it, I thought fit their talent. I thought it encompassed what they had going as a group. So I feel like their latest comebacks have been okay. I don't think they've been like terrible. It's just I feel like the potential that they have is not completely being used at its full capacity, to be honest. I think that's where it leaves me off again with this song.
So I looked it up. V1, Yeonjung from 우주소녀 won. Yeonjung's crazy.
Yes.
And then Shion from Dreamcatcher got second. Both of those kids are nuts as well.
I do understand that, but I feel like this song delivered on what it wanted to do a little bit. And if it had some crazy vocal, that kind of thing,
it wouldn't make sense to the instrumental.
Right. It would be off a little bit personally. And I felt like, maybe they can do another song later down the road where they're like, like.
I hope they do. Yeah.
I hope they do, and they have plenty of years in their career left.
Yeah.
They're only 3 years in.
What I also noticed, there's one girl. Her name is May. She is so tall. That was something I noticed. She's 5'8.5" or 5'9", depending on the website you look at.
Oh my god.
She tall. Like I thought it was
tall.
Yeah. What?
It is pretty tall, I think.
No, I was just saying. Like I noticed. I'm like, that girl is so tall, and her visuals were on point. Like that was cool. I just really like the song. I know that I get what Anita's saying with the chorus, that it might not been the most like dynamic chorus ever, but I thought it fit the song, and I thought this song is really carried by the verses though, not the chorus. So I'm really down with this one though, for sure. And I like Cherry Bullett. I think they're underrated, but I agree that their comebacks are very inconsistent in terms of concept. So they need to figure out exactly what they want to do. All right, let's move on to the last song. So Monday, January 25th, which is today, we had Bobby's You Mad. So he is from YG. He debuted 2014 through Show Me the Money, and then that show, that thing where they were making Winner and Icon, right? That show.
Yeah.
2015 with Icon, 2016 with Mob. That's the Mino and Bobby thing.
Yeah.
I wish we got more of that. But his last songs were Dive / I'm Okay with Icon, and then I don't think I wrote this wrong, but one of them is Runaway as a soloist, and we haven't seen him in many years as a soloist, so he's finally back. 27 music show wins with Icon. As the rap fan among us, Warren, what'd you think of You Mad?
I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was, quite enjoyable actually. Bobby's one of those rappers that if you look on it almost feels disrespectful to compare him to other idol rappers because he's very, very good. All the cliches that I always point out about idol rappers, he does almost none of them, and I think that just stands him out and puts him in the line with comparison for other rappers, and the way he, it's very, very groovy, and that was very nice. What I didn't like, and I think this is what Doug was referring to before he started recording, is that the verses and the flow in his verse is very non-stop.
Bro, the guy doesn't breathe the entire time, I don't think.
Right. And it's cool for a second, but he does that the entire time. And I was like, okay, you went a little farther there. Now the entire groove is gone. Maybe not the smartest, best idea. But I mean, still, overall, it was quite enjoyable. It was a fun, rap track.
Yeah, so I have like base level hip hop knowledge. Like,
you like Logic.
Yeah, I like Logic. I would say with the flow though, like I was very impressed that he could pull that off, right? Because there were certain points where I'm like, man, if this was a live thing, he might lose the beat, right? At a certain point because of how crazy he's going. He held it together. Obviously, it's in a recording studio. They're gonna hold it together, right? I get that. I do agree though, like. At least, so I don't really know how to judge hip hop all that much, but I like to see like a variety of different flow styles going on, maybe do something here because I think it adds a lot to the song in terms of like what you're presenting. It's like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. Like, look at all this weird stuff I can do because I'm cool, right? That's at least what I feel like he just went with like straight aggression, which is fine because the song is called You Mad, right? He's like, I didn't really look through the lyrics, but is he like angry at anyone specific, or does he just have a lot of things pent up? Like, well, what's his message here, Warren? Do you know that off the top of your head?
I haven't read too much into the lyrics, but my understanding is that it's a general I don't like my haters kind of track.
It also feels like to me it's like y'all forgot me, like I'm back type of deal, because like we all right, if we're gonna be honest, like Icon's been on a bit of a like a low part of their career. Let's be straight up here. We do have news about them in the news section, which is kind of like nutty news, but
stay tuned.
I feel like this is a reintroduction to Bobby because there are a lot of people who might not have been around for Icon heyday in like 2015, 16, 17, right? They might not have been around for like Icon's peak, and they might not know who Bobby is because they might not have been watching Show Me the Money back in 2014. Right? Like, so I think it's cool because a lot of people, if this is your first introduction to Bobby, like, this is Bobby, right? This is Show Me the Money Bobby, clearly is what he's going for. But Anita, what'd you feel about You Mad?
I think verse-wise, I kind of agree with all of the commentary. I also thought it was interesting that at some point in the song, the instrumental just kind of like cuts off, or it's like really lowered down, and then it just focuses on his verse. And I think that's pretty smart. I think that's definitely showing more emphasis on like his skill as a rapper, which I think is what this song was kind of meant to remind you, I guess. So I get it. I think some of the choices there were very smart in that sense. For me, what kind of distracted me sometimes from the song itself was the music video, because there's so much going on. There's a little bit of a story.
It was like an action movie and superhero motifs towards the end. Very
much. I thought it was really cool, to be honest, because there was some like tech being portrayed like through graphics and effects that I thought was like a little bit futuristic. There's also a scene where he jumps off a building, which I thought was
that
really
was so cool.
That was so cool.
That whole sequence was so cool.
Yeah.
It gave you like, you know, there's certain parts in like Spider-Man movies where he just like starts falling, but he's like chilling because he's like, you know, I'm Spider-Man. We cool.
Right.
Sort of what I got. And then at the end of that sequence, he did like an Iron Man thing and blasted off.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought the visuals in that music video were. I need to like watch the music video without the song playing because like both of them together is a lot of stuff. A lot of how do I call it? A lot of stimulus going on. Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of stimulus, and I feel like this is one example where the song could have pulled back a little bit. And I feel like Bobby's doing this. He's walking the rope here a little bit, right? He's trying to balance making a hip hop track, lots of good rap verses, and he's balancing a pop track that needs to appeal to the general mass public, which is, I get, you know, a lot of YG artists need to walk that road. But I feel like here it was a little lackluster in that it didn't quite satisfy both needs. For a pop track, it sounds too hip-hoppy, because at the core, it's more of a hip-hop track. But at the same time, if you look at it like a hip-hop track, there's way too much going on, and like the flow is a little, and then the hook is like an EDM hook all of a sudden. Right. And so if you look at those things together, it makes. I haven't checked out his full-length album. There's been some mixed opinions on it, but I do want to check it out because I want to see what he's like on a just straight hip hop, and see what it's like. Or maybe he can commit fully to the thing and go back to doing pop. I don't know. You tell me what he wants to do. Here, it's a little confusing.
That's fair.
And that's where I was like, too much.
I'm just happy that Bobby's back because, like, you know, we have not seen a lot of him as of late in the last couple of years. You know, they trapped him in the YG basement a little. They're finally letting some kids out lately, so that's cool. Overall, though, check out You Mad. Like, You Mad, bro? Like, this is a pretty good song. If you want hype, this would be a good running song, workout song.
Yeah.
This gonna get you going. All right, other releases this week. So we have Berry Goods, Time for Me, Pink Fantasy, Lemon Candy. The bunny, Daewongi, is starting to have a smaller mask, like sort of like a Phantom of the Opera, like that size. Like not the full head anymore. Oh, I really think it's the CEO now because I've been doing some research. Like I found the CEO's like Instagram photos and compared. It's definitely the CEO, just saying. There was a song from Saturday called Only You. This one's a little bit shocking to me, not because the song is bad or anything. It's an 8-track release. There's only like a performance video where they're sitting in a room and singing. There's no actual music video. That's not a good sign in terms of where the money, like if they got money to do a music video. That's a little worrying there. What else is worrying is the Itzy Not Shy English version in Zepeto or whatever you call that app. The English version of the song is fine, but Zepeto is this like cartoon, almost like Maple Story-ish app without the game. I don't know. It's like avatars, but they're very Bratz looking and cartoony. I mean,
Zepeto is like, it's under Naver. So like they're collabing with some big names. I wouldn't be worried, dude. They're
I saw like the girls reacting to it. They didn't seem too happy with it, just saying. I don't know if that meme was, I don't know if the video I was watching was out of context, but what I saw was like them playing it and then their reactions. They didn't seem too hype about it. But the other songs we got were Golden Child's Burn It, and then you know he released a song last week, but he released Eeny Miny today. This one is a track off of his album. It has Seulgi in the music video. She dances a lot. It's pretty much like it's essentially a performance video. It's really cool, so go check that one out. But we're now at Spice King. To sum up Spice King, basically, we have a chart. We're going to choose which song is the best. Songs that place number 1 on the chart will be declared this week's Spice King. Let's do it, guys. So the Soju chart from last week, episode 122. Epic High's Rosario featuring CL and Zico picked up its first crown and got first place. Epic High's other song, Based on a True Story featuring Hayes, got second place. And then Treasure's My Treasure came in third place. So episode 123. What do you guys want to do with your chart this week?
Well, I know the number 1 for Warren.
I have no idea what you're talking about. It's definitely not Chungha. No.
I think I kind of agree.
There you go.
My list would include Chungha as number 1.
Okay.
Then for number 2, I actually want to put Cravity because I've been looking at their song a lot.
Spicy.
Oh, I forgot this. The candidates. The candidates are the songs we covered this week. Gravity's My Turn, ONEUS' No Diggity, Chungha's X, Cherry Bullett's Love So Sweet, and Bobby You Mad.
Correct. And then for third place, I still want to keep up the winner from last week, which is Rosario from Epic High, featuring CL and Zico. Yes.
Gravity, though. Wow, that's unexpected.
Right.
Warren, you go now.
All right. Hey. It's your boy that really likes X. So guess what he's going to do with X?
Put her in first place?
Put him on first place. Okay. She is... This I swear if this doesn't make it into Hall of Spice, I will be so angry, boys and girls.
wait, bro, you know what's coming out next week, right?
What? Who's coming out? Better be Isungcheol or something.
Dreamcatcher, IZ*ONE, IU, Raiden, Baekhyun, and Changmo collab.
Sure, whatever. No, this is
okay.
One of those songs better be game changing. Then I don't know.
All right.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Who knows if I'll like it next week, honestly. But right now, Warren, on January 25th, 2021, 8 p.m., really likes X by Chungha. So he's going to give it first, okay?
Okay, fair.
All right.
Second place, I'm retaining last week's first place, Rosario, on second. Mm-hmm. Not too surprising, right? Third place. Anita, we're really good friends today. Cravity on third.
There we go, Warren.
All right.
Let's go.
My chart isn't all too different, guys.
Okay.
Oh, what?
I do have Chungha on my chart. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of the song,
I swear.
it's in third place. Just saying. It's in third place, right?
You wild man.
The song I have in second place, I put Cherry Bullett's Love So Sweet in second place.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
And then in first place, I retained Epic High's Rosario because I just really like that song.
Yeah.
Let's do some calculating now. Rosario, I gave it first, so that's 3 points. Warren gave it second, so that's 5. And you give it third, so that's 6. All right. Cherry Bullett's Love So Sweet only got 2 from me. Chungha's X, you both put it in first place. I put it in third, so that's 7 points. And then Cravity got 1 point from Warren, 2 points from Anita, so that's 3. All right, we have a straight up chart this week.
Wow.
So in first place this week, and the Spice King for this week is Chungha with X. Shout out to Chungha, picking up her first crown.
Shout outs.
Second place, we have Epic High's Rosario featuring CL and Zico. And then finally, in third place, we have Cravity. I can't believe this got third with My Turn. So shout out to Cravity. Okay. We're finally at show winner. So Anita, hit us with the winner.
Yes, the biggest winner of the past week was G-Idols with Hwa. They had 5 awards, so they swept all of the available awards for the shows.
Wow.
So big congrats to them.
Yep, they won Show Champion, M Countdown, Music Bank, Show Music Core, and Inkigayo, so they picked up the 3 big ones, so that's a big thing. They probably would have won the show, but they did not broadcast. They're still not broadcasting that. But the show did respond to last week's news that they are removing pre-vote, which is hindering international fans. And they said, quote, to further improve communication with global fans, we are in the progress of reorganizing the app votes. We are not completely eliminating it. We will resume global fan vote once the reorganization is complete. I don't know if that's the straight up response or they just we're actually planning this. We'll have to take them at their word. But they're going to remove global fan vote for the time being. They're getting a new app. And then once they have the new app, it'll be on there. So they're not getting rid of it.
Okay.
All right. But we are now at the end of SojuTalk episode 123, part 1. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk K-pop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using, and consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 123, where we discuss recent K-pop news and events and give you the state of the nation. All right, number 1, Warren's camera seems better after we took a break, so I don't know. Hopefully this lasts. The audio didn't seem that bad. But the first one, Kingdom starts to take shape. So news regarding Mnet's Kingdom started to pop off this week as it was confirmed that the first broadcast is scheduled for April. There were also numerous updates on potential groups, so we will do our best to break it down for you. So confirmed. So these are groups that are definitely appearing on the show. We still only have the 3. So back on December 6th at Mama 2020, ATEEZ, The Boys, and Stray Kids were confirmed as the first 3 contestants through their triangular fight stage. So we knew that one. That's already hype in itself.
Yeah.
Here's the new stuff. So this category is called Invited, right? So Mnet shared with Newsen that iKON are currently in discussions to appear on Kingdom.
iKON.
Wow.
iKON, straight up iKON. So we also had this. Another representative from the staff of Kingdom stated that they have extended offers to both B2B and SF9 to join the lineup of Kingdom, but nothing has been confirmed. Cube later confirmed that they had been offered, but that nothing is confirmed so far. Currently, Hyunchik and Sungjae are in the military, and as most of you know, Ilhoon recently left the group following his marijuana investigation thing.
Right.
How do we feel about these invited?
Wow. Did not expect iKON at all, to be honest.
Same. I thought Mnet and YG are like no. What,
Yeah.
are they friends now?
They're starting to become friends again. You know, not Cravity. Treasure went on M Countdown. They also appeared at the Mama thing, so like they're starting to bridge the gap against extend the olive branch.
I mean, if that is the case, maybe they'll have iKON on the show. Just as a sign of like a gesture of like friendliness, maybe.
Hey,
like,
honestly, I feel like iKON needs this type of thing at this point.
I agree.
You know, they lost BI. People noticed clearly. They haven't been having that many promotions. Bobby just came back. This is a good way if they want to start the second like chapter or the third chapter, whatever you want to call it, of iKON's career, like the late game. You know, like I think this is a good start to that. Who knows? What if they win it? You never know.
They could.
It could boost them. At the end of the day, just they need more exposure because I don't think a lot of the youngins know who iKON are and what they've done in the industry at this point.
I can already imagine them showing up on the show, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, we're the survival show veterans. We've been on survival shows
Exactly.
twice."
Yeah.
Right. You can already imagine that the way Mnet's gonna edit that. You can see the subtitles on the screen right now.
The story.
If we count Show Me the Money, it's Bobby's third, right?
It's
Like,
Oh my god.
let's talk about the other ones. I think SF9 is very appropriate for the groups we've had so far. I think they fit in that perfectly.
Yeah.
You know, they're popular right now, Chenny and Rowan. Like, that makes complete sense to me that they're on this, and they're at about the level of those other groups. Completely makes sense. I don't have any issues with that. B2B is more interesting, I think, because, you know, there's a little bit of turmoil right now. We got guys in the military, but they did have that unit song that came out towards the end of last year. It would be another veteran presence like iKON appearing on that show.
Right.
Little surprising though, right? That they would just if they put them on there. I would be down for it though. Like, we mostly know B2B right now as like the melancholy ballad boys, but like
It would be a different range,
Right.
from all the different groups.
I kind of, because they're a very vocal heavy group.
Yeah.
I'd be really down for it now that I'm thinking about it.
And they
I'd be very excited.
They could benefit from a lot of it too, because they have Hyunshik and Sungjae in the military, and then because of the recent controversy, they need, if they could get a little positive push, you know, that would benefit them a lot. You know,
So it sucks that Pentagon didn't make Kingdom because like they kind of fit the vibe of the groups that are going on right now, but obviously the boys won both things to get on this show. So it's interesting because like if you knew nothing, you would be like, why isn't Pentagon here? But you have to remember Pentagon was on Road to Kingdom and did not qualify for regular Kingdom, so that's why we have this scenario. Lastly, Rejected. So this company is like, nah, it ain't happening, fam. You mad, bro? So Starship Entertainment shared that they have decided that Monsta X will not be appearing on Mnet's Kingdom after receiving an offer to appear on the program. I think that's a little surprising. Obviously, Monsta X is like a top 5 boy group at the moment. But that being said, I don't think they've had like the best last couple of years ever since Shootout.
True.
I think that this would be a good way to like prove that they're still top tier. I don't know. I find this one a little surprising.
I mean, if I'm thinking about it from Starship or Monsta X's perspective,
They don't
I
need
might
it, though.
also be like, right. I
Yeah.
might be like, I'm too good for this. And honestly, like if that's the way they thought, I kind of agree. Like,
I kind of
top
see
tier.
that.
Right.
What do you think, Anita?
I feel like, yeah, I think Monsta X also has a history with survival shows. The group was formed out of a survival show, so I feel like maybe they are thinking like, no, we're past that. We're kind of focusing more on like just the group growing. And yeah, I agree. They haven't had like a huge hit after Shootout, but the popularity has definitely gone up, and maybe they're still
selling tons of albums, so they frankly don't need this.
You gotta think of it this way, right? Like, one more thing. Yeah, like these groups at this point, they don't need huge hits. They're like,
no. They got fans.
Right. They got such a dedicated, strong fandom. Like, it might be a lot of risk come on the show, and like
True,
if they lose,
if you shit the bed, not a good look, because everyone's gonna be watching this for sure.
Right.
Lastly, we have hosts, Anita. TVXQ's Yuno and Changmin are confirmed as the host of Kingdom. They got Sunbaze to come out and host this. Like, there's Sunbaze. That's crazy.
Wow, that's so interesting though, because they were pretty consistent with the two hosts in the previous seasons, Road to Kingdom and Queendom.
They had Jang Sung-gyu, and then they had Lee Da-hye, the actress. Yeah. But it makes more sense that there's idols hosting this, to be honest.
Interesting.
If you think about this, if iKON does come out on this show, right, we have JYP, SM, and YG on the show.
Big three, yeah.
Who's the JYP?
Stray Kids,
Stray
bro.
Kids.
Oh, yeah.
We have the big three companies.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Hey.
Oh, that's a party.
Hey, I'm going to throw that in the gauntlet. Big hit. Where you at, fam?
In Hypen?
In Hypen? TXT? BTS don't need... BTS is not even in the discussion. They ain't gonna come out of this.
No.
But like, TXT and Hypen?
Honestly, Mnet would go bankrupt trying to get BTS on the show. Like,
of course, no kidding, dude. Like, I'm just saying, it'd be kind of cray if we got all four of the giant companies right now.
Mnet, make it happen. Get TXT. You're friends with Big Hit.
I'm not saying they even need it, but I just for my just me like saying crazy stuff, it'd be kind of cool. Just saying.
Hey, we got all the companies of K-pop. This is the Avengers of K-pop.
No, this if all right, let's say it does happen, and we have representative from the four big companies. This is gonna be like crazy, right?
A lot of people watching.
It's the big party.
I already think just with the three they announced, it's gonna be extremely popular. This show, like everyone who likes K-pop is gonna be watching this. All right, next, GOT7 and Mamamoo contract development. So GOT7, y'all know they left JYP. But on January 20th, it was confirmed that GOT7's Youngjae signed an exclusive contract with Sublime Artist Agency. Sublime stated, quote, "In addition to musical activities, we will not spare any support so that we can show off our talent in a wider variety of fields." So they're going to let him do like everything, whatever he wants, it seems.
Nice.
And if y'all know, Sublime Artist Agency is home to Rain, EXID's Hani, Tiara's Hyomin, IOI/Priston's Im Na-young, and more. So it is a big agency. We'll have to see.
It's also the home to a lot of like big name actors, isn't it?
Top tier actors for sure.
Right. So when they say they're gonna support him in a lot of aspects, that has a lot of credibility, you know?
Yeah, acting, singing. Maybe he wants to do variety. Who knows? But the same day, GOT7's Jackson was reported to also be in talks with Sublime Artist Agency. Sublime Artist Agency confirmed the discussions, and further reports clarified that Jackson's Team Wang, which is his brand, right, are in discussions in regards to a business agreement rather than an exclusive artist contract with Jackson himself. 2 days later, on January 22nd, it was confirmed that Sublime Artist Agency and GOT7's Jackson's Team Wang signed the business agreement. It's happening, and will be working together as business partners in a, quote, extensive global collaboration.
Wow.
I feel like, if it's my guess, they're going to be handling Jackson's Korean stuff.
Exactly. Yep.
Whereas T. Wang is going to be handling the Chinese stuff.
Yep.
Makes sense to me, doesn't it?
Pretty smart. Yep.
A big brain move right there.
Hey, Jackson, Youngjae, maybe they'll do stuff together at some point.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
And I'm just saying, it's making the whole narrative of GOT7 being 7 still a lot easier when this type of thing is happening.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's true.
it's crazy. It happens. I mean, I'm sure they've been talking for a long time, but like all of a sudden, I'm kind of down for this. All right, next we have Mamamoo. So RBW shared information on the contract renewal of Mamamoo. Both Solar and Moonbyul have already renewed their contracts, and Wheein and Hwasa are currently still in discussions, and the company expects a positive outcome. Mamamoo debuted back in 2014, winning 42 music shows, and have had hits such as Yeah, I Miss You, You're the Best, Dalkomani, I always pronounce that one wrong. Yes, I Am, Starry Night, Egotistic, Windflower, Go Go Bebe, Hip, Dinga, and Aya. They have a great list of songs.
A lot of hits.
I'm surprised but happy that Solar resigned, because if we think about Solar, her YouTube channel is bananas. Like, I think she said she makes so much money from it. Like, she's a couple million subscribers already. It might be like 3 or 4 million. I don't know the number.
She's big, yeah.
Yeah, she is a giant YouTube channel. And for her to resign, very positive news, I would say, for all of them resigning. Moonbyul, that's cool too. I think the big one that they'd really need to resign is Hwasa, because she is the other like big person in that group. Not saying Wheein and Moonbyul aren't that big, but like, you know, Solar, Hwasa are the biggest two, I would say. We'll have to see though. But if the fact that the company says it's looking positive and not just saying we're still discussing is a good sign, I would say, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think that the girls have a lot of loyalty with each other, and I think they're gonna structure the contract so they can do the solo stuff that they've been doing separately, but also come together and do Mamamoo stuff once in a while.
Right.
I had to guess.
And like I felt like RBW has been doing a good job of like supporting them in various aspects in terms
for sure.
Right. The activities and the creative freedom that they want. Like I feel like if I was Mamamoo, why not stay with the people that raised me and still support me? I don't see a reason to move away as long as they're giving me the right amount of money. Like, you know.
Yeah, because we all know that second contracts are more generous to the artist, of course, because now you're like, we make you a lot of money, like we need a higher percentage, right? I'm sure they're just hammering out the details, but hopefully they all resign, because, you know, I like Mamamoo as 4. It's like, it's just magic when they're together.
Same.
All right, quick takes. The first one, Blackpink's Rose will reportedly perform her solo song for the first time at Blackpink's upcoming online concert, The Show, being held on January 31st.
Oh, it's a week.
Yeah, buddy. YG Entertainment also are planning to announce Rose's solo schedule soon, and a coming soon, in quotations, teaser. That's literally what they said. It was just a teaser that said coming soon. Was also dropped today on YouTube, and it has a gajillion views already.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
It's happening, y'all. It is actually happening.
Finally.
I guess it's actually happening.
I might have to buy the online concert now just because I want to do this. You know, I am so excited about this. The hype train,
There
bro.
it is.
You haven't done that in a while.
I've been waiting for this for so long. Like,
All right.
finally gonna happen. The next news is actually game changing as well, I think. So the new fan platform Universe announced the Unicon, a free online concert that will be held on February 14th for anyone who has downloaded the app. It is 100% free. You just need to get the app. The lineup will include artists on the platform, including IZ*ONE, G-Idol, Uju Sonyo, CIX, The Boys, AB6, ATEEZ, Astro, Kang Daniel, and Park Ji-hoon, as well as others such as Cravity, WeI, and Oh My Girl, who are not confirmed to be on the platform yet. It should also be noted this week that Universe has now surpassed 4 million pre-registrations and will launch on January 28th.
Oh, my goodness.
My goodness.
These are some names.
They're giving out like a free $15, $20 online concert, like
All
for
these
free.
people,
Right,
yeah.
I mean,
It's crazy.
the amount of investment going into this,
Nutty, right?
I feel like they're trusting this a lot. And there must be a reason why.
Hey, you remember last week? They're going to release songs every month with the people. Like, we're getting the IZ*ONE one tomorrow. There's been teasers.
TD Dance.
There's been pre-photos. It's like a full production, like a full thing. Not just dropping like an advertisement song. It's crazy how quickly this has all come together, right? I don't know.
Wow.
All right, next. BTS have announced the B Essential Edition. So it's a new version of the B album, and pre-orders have already started online. And directly pre-ordering from Weverse will enter you into a raffle for a 1 of 500 photo book signed by all 7 members.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shoot your shot, fam. Shoot your shot, right? Like, According to Big Hit Entertainment, while B Essential Edition will contain According to Big Hit, the Essential Edition will contain the 8 title tracks that were previously included in the Deluxe Edition, plus several components of the album will be different from the previous record. I looked into it. We don't know the full details, but it seems like it's the same tracks from both albums. We're not getting any new music, but they're changing up the photo book and the stuff you get, the gubbins, the poster, photo cards, that kind of thing. Big Hit also teased that BTS will be sharing some surprise gifts for fans, in quotes, which will, quote, be unveiled one by one before the album's release on February 19th. You know, I saw some people saying that this might be a money grab. Even if it is, they're completely allowed to. And if it's no one's forcing anyone to buy it, I think it's, if anything, a smart business decision to do something like this. Some people are saying that the deluxe edition was too expensive, so they're putting one at an intermediate price now. So the regular, and then we're going to get essential and then deluxe. That kind of makes sense to me.
How much is the deluxe edition?
I don't know, but that's what people were saying.
It's $45.
It's kind of a lot, dude. Plus shipping.
I mean, no, it's okay. It's on Amazon for 2-day shipping, so that's fine. But
all right,
I mean,
who knows though?
I feel like 45 isn't too bad. It's not too bad. I feel like 45. Sorry if I cut out for a second.
Bro, you're not like 16 with no money, fam.
Right, but like I'm also thinking about like Japanese pop albums, deluxe editions that are like $80, $70.
First world problems for Warren. Just saying.
All right, I'm just trying to defend Big Hit a little bit. So I mean, like,
regardless though, if you're a BTS fan, that's good for you. I wish I got cool stuff from my groups,
content.
right? So shout out to them.
let's go.
Next, Melon will release a new chart called Latest 24 Hits. According to Melon, the chart is an aggregate of the top 100 songs that users have listened to most among new songs within 1 week or 4 weeks of release. So you have 2 options, 1 week or 4 weeks. The edition is a reflection of the demand set forth by users who want to stay updated with the latest trends in music. The chart will be updated every hour by reflecting usage 60% from downloads, 40% from streaming over the past 24 hours.
Says here. Oh wait, yeah, you're right. Never mind. Interesting. I'm looking at the chart right now, actually.
Oh, is it up already?
Yeah. I think it's been actually up for a week or so now. And it's actually led by the song we discussed last week.
Rosario?
Chungha's.
Oh,
Chungha's,
that one.
Pulmonary Better. Yeah, the one that randomly won the show out of nowhere. VVS is still up here. Dynamite is still up here. 10 centimeters up. OST, Sang Bum-jun's ballad, wonderful song. Lovesick Girls by Blackpink.
Are you sure you're looking at the right chart? Because it said the most among new songs that were released within 1 week or 4 weeks of release. A lot of those songs are old.
I don't know. It says 24 hits on the corner of my screen.
No, latest 24 hits. There's already a 24 hits one, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe
so this is for new songs. This is for new songs.
Oh, okay. That's what I was a little confused.
No, you're looking at the regular like daily chart, I believe.
Okay.
That makes more sense because I'm like, didn't Dynamite come out a long time ago? But next news, EXID's LE and Shinsadong Tiger are shared to be co-producing Tribe's upcoming debut album. I think you pronounce it Tribe, but or Tribe, whatever you want to call it, is a 7-member girl group which is going to be created by Shinsadong Tiger themselves. It's himself, right? One guy. One guy. So himself. That is expected to make their debut next month in February. LE, you know?
Yeah.
She has written for other people in the past, I believe, so it does make sense. Right, Warren?
Did you say my name?
Yeah, I was going to say, can you talk about LE? Because I'm pretty sure she's like helped produce stuff in the past, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, she's helped produce a lot of stuff for EXID, and worked alongside Shinsadong Tiger for a while. So it's like, a good duo that we've seen.
It makes
haven't
sense.
seen in a while. Yeah.
Okay, next in Let's Be Friendly news. So according to the investment banking industry within Korea, Naver has invested in Big Hit and a stock exchange has occurred between the two companies.
Oh.
So that's not only them saying like we cool now, but they bought each other's, they exchanged stock, which is like, no, we really friends, right? You have to also remember that back in November of 2020, it was revealed that the two companies are planning a joint venture in the United States, tentatively known as Naver B. We don't know really what that is yet. Within the past few years, Naver has also formed notable partnerships with SM Entertainment and CJE&M. So Naver is playing the field, is basically what this is pointing at. In the articles, they mentioned specifically they want to be involved in some fashion with Weverse because they have VLive. Weverse is a thing. Who knows what they're going to do? But Naver seems to be becoming friends with everyone they can at the moment, which makes sense. All right. Lastly, a little bit of oof news. So MBK's Kim Kwang-soo and Pocket Doll Studios, Pakmo, Pocket Doll is a subsidiary of MBK, have been fined 10 million won, which is only like $10,000 USD, each for their vote manipulation during Produce 101 in season 1 in 2016. This is official court record, right? Staff and trainees at MBK were tasked to use thousands of logins to vote for 3 specific trainees. I'm assuming the MBK trainees. The vote manipulation managed to have a limited effect on the trainees' rankings, but didn't change the members of the final group's lineup. Let me read into that a little quick because I don't think I read that completely correctly. Okay. So what you have to know is that MBK got their trainees and staff to vote crazily for their 3 trainees, but it actually didn't affect anything. But they still did it.
Oh, wow.
That's so shady.
That's a bit of a big oof right there.
Like they were locking the trainees in a room with a bunch of cell phones, apparently, and saying like, vote for our kids. Vote for our kids.
That's
Stupid.
wrong.
They should have just went the smart way and just bribed on PD. That would have this seems easier. This seems like that would have been easier.
Not good either, but
Nah. All right.
Real quick clarification. Park Mo's not actually his name. His last name is Park. Mo's not his name. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Translation was kind of weird. Oh, here's
that's
other
the
like
translation.
news that kind of affects us a little bit. So there was a Twitter page called ONEUS where we would get a lot of our news from.
Oh, yeah?
They've stopped.
Oh.
They've done some shady, like a little bit of shady things in the past, but overall, like people hated them for everything. They get tons of like negative
comments.
attention and stuff. Even though they're doing the K-pop community a service in itself, there is like essentially a resignation letter. It's kind of sucks because they were one of the main news sources we would go by because what they do is they directly translate Korean article titles and stuff to help out international fans know what's going on. And they're gone, and they were like a big player in that game, so kind of sucks.
Okay, well.
And they were doing it for free too. Yeah, so there's that.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well.
All right, an announced comeback. So Infinite's L will be making his solo debut on February 3rd, but then he's going straight to the military on the 22nd, so there's that. GOT7's Mark is having a collaboration with Sanjoy,
Sanjoy.
Who is Sanjoy?
I think he's not a Korean artist. Warren, you Google this real quick.
I had a friend in college named Sanjay.
So that is on February 12th, and then Kang Daniel is coming back in February, and then Monster X's IM is having some kind of solo thing at the end of February.
Apparently, Sanjoy is a Californian, Bangladeshi American musician that does EDM, and he primarily does electronic music DJ.
Ooh,
Oh, that's kind of cool because I
okay.
believe Mark is from California and he's heading back there, or he might. I think he's back in California because I saw him on his YouTube channel.
Blew
He
up.
had a video celebrating 1 million subscribers with no content.
Yeah.
Showing the strength right there. That's already another viable career for him. Like it's crazy, and his brother's already does Twitch streaming, so he's gonna be in that realm, sort of with like the offline TV and friends realm, because he has done stuff with them, I think. So that's cool. State of the Nation, college stories.
Ooh.
Okay.
Base level. We're gonna be changing the names of some of the characters in these stories.
I can't say dog.
Well, they know who I am, but like we're gonna protect the identities of some of the kids we know, just cause we don't want to get sued or anything.
Of course.
we'll see how this is. We might need to make some cuts. Like,
Just beware.
Let's spill the beans first, and then clean up the table later.
okay.
How about
Let me start off with a story.
Okay.
Well, for reference, all of us went to the University of Michigan. That is why I'm wearing this hoodie today. Go blue. Yes. I also have my Michigan Woes hat. Yep. There's that.
Go blue.
All right. Let's talk about the time your boy Doug got the nickname Deer Killer.
Wow, right off the bat.
Let's first do it. All right, so y'all know we were in the Korean drumming thing out of Michigan, right? We were doing our drumming thing.
Right.
We got really ambitious one year, and we contacted some kind of drum master guy in Chicago, right? Like
Drum master guy. Yeah.
he's a very notable in the Midwest Korean cultural instrument guy. Very notable, right?
Yes.
And we became friends with him because they visited Ann Arbor at one point, and it was cool. So he's like, hey, y'all want to come out for a workshop in the summer? We were like, okay. So a lot of the staff, I think there was like 7 or 8 of us, we headed out to Chicago.
I was not there.
No.
Anita was not in this one.
Yes.
So
I was there.
The drive to Chicago from Ann Arbor is like 4 hours, I think, something like that.
That's a bit long.
All right, we got up really early because like we didn't leave the day before. We were leaving early in the morning so we could go practice it immediately. We left, I think, at like 5 or 6 in the morning, right?
I remember waking up at 5:30 in the morning, and we left around 6.
In the car
And
in the car. So we went in multiple cars. My car was I was driving my tiny little Scion XB box car that I still have. Warren was there, and one of our friends was there, right? We leave Ann Arbor. It's really early in the morning. The sun is barely out. Within 25 minutes of leaving Ann Arbor, I hit a baby deer with my car. Now let me paint you a word picture.
Break it down a little bit.
All right, we're driving. Your boy Doug's Michigan. You could drive like 70, 80 miles per hour on the fast lane
Highway,
or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm on the fast lane. Cruise controlling because it's a straight line, right? All of a sudden in the distance, I see a car in the middle lane. There's 3 lanes. It's like basically stopped, right? And I'm like, why is this car stopped in the middle of the highway? So we start to approach it. As we're approaching, I see this little baby deer start to go like creep out from in front of this car. Yeah.
Oh, no. So then the first car did see it coming, and then you came out from the left.
But it was blocking it. It was blocking it. How should we have known?
No.
Right? So the second I'm about to pass this car, this baby deer comes out. I'm like, all right. I made the mental calculation, like brain blast, right? I was like, if I hit this deer, it was a baby deer, but it had to be like, it was like maybe a toddler adolescent. It wasn't a full size deer. It wasn't a complete baby, right?
It was young.
It was young though. We were approaching this deer. I'm like, if I hit this straight on, it might fly through our windshield, right? Because that's the risk you take, right? So I did my initial D. I was the man. I did a swerve, right, to avoid it as best as I could.
Yeah.
Luckily, we didn't crash the car, but I did clip the deer. I clipped it. And we're driving away, and our friend was like, "Should we go check if it's alive?" And I'm like, it's definitely dead. I'm really sorry. So that. Obviously, that's terrible. I felt really bad. Eventually, Warren and this other friend made the nickname Sasum Slayer, which is deer killer, essentially.
It was nice because do people know your last name on the show?
Yeah, Kim.
Yeah. So your name is Doug Kim, and the nickname was Deer Killer, so it was DKDK.
Yeah. All right. So I clipped the baby deer. It was traumatic, obviously. Like I've never been more terrified in my life. I think I handled it literally as best as I could have.
You definitely did. Because
there's no way I would have avoided it. Let's just say that.
Right. Because I remember. So I remember I was in the back seat. Our friend was in the
Passenger.
shotgun, passenger seat. And I remember I wasn't really paying that much attention. And suddenly I see a deer, and next thing we know, we're swerving. And I felt the huge bump, and I was like, oh, It happened.
It happened. All right. So let's just say we instantly called the other car. We're like, all right, stop at the next rest stop. I just hit a deer.
Right.
We get to the rest stop. When we pull in, my bumper is dragging the floor. My bumper was literally dragging the floor, right? Like, and we're like, we need to go to Chicago. We've planned this for months. We paid a ton of money to do this thing. We booked hotels. You know what we did, Anita? We went into the gas station and we bought Gorilla Tape. And we taped my bumper back to my car. We somehow made it to Chicago. Yeah. Oh, no, keep on warm.
Yeah, the thing was, like, at first you didn't really know what to do.
I tried to put on the bumper and I cut myself, like, taping it back on.
Yeah. And you were... And the thing was, honestly, there was nothing you could have done. No. And it was totally not your fault. But it was very clear that you were incredibly, like, guilty and depressed about it.
Oh my god!
And my friend and I, like, God, it's okay, man. Like, it's
not
like,
okay.
It was honestly like the lowest. It was the lowest I've seen you, and I was like, man, it's like it's not your fault. It's okay. You can call your mom, figure out how to fix the car.
All right, we put so much tape on this car. My car is purple. There was so much tape, and Gorilla Tape is nuts. We eventually get to Chicago. When we pull into where we're meeting for the seminar, all of a sudden I hear like a screeching noise. You know what happened? I shot my brakes doing that, trying to avoid the deer. So the entire like rest of the trip until we got back to Ann Arbor, we were only there for like 3 days or something. Whenever I braked my car, it was like a screaming noise because my brakes were completely shot. It was and then I got the bumper fixed. It was like $1,000 or something. It was a lot of money. But
yeah, I remember we were going grocery shopping the weekend after or something like that.
And I was gonna get my car fixed like the day after that, and like it was embarrassing how screeching it was. It was like every single time.
I mean, it could have been worse. That was
your freshman year. And
that was the end of my freshman year. And honestly, like, I still look back into it, and I was like, that was a good time.
That was one of the most memorable. That was honestly one of the most memorable things that's happened with us, like between us for sure. Like that was crazy.
Yeah.
Warren, you want to say something? You want to make a anecdote?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess freshman year. Y'all want to hear the first time I drank? Like drink?
Yeah, I want to hear that.
Want to hear those stories? You guys, I might actually have not told you guys because this was not with y'all. So the first time I drank was way before freshman year. Because I was in a different country, I could drink of their, legal age, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I love the law. That's all I'm gonna say. But the first time I drank was I went to a college party full of Koreans. And it was like, it was like
you were the youngest.
I was the new freshies, and I walk in and I'm like, 안녕하세요, 선배님. 안녕하세요. And like I gotta do that, right? Like,
of course you have to.
Like, right. They're my sunbaes, and they're like, hubei, like, take your shot. I was like, And next thing I know, I'm like, that was like the first time I drank more than like 4 shots in a row. It was, and it's now that I actually have like, have that experience. Right, I have a much better tolerance, and like I know how to control myself and whatnot. But freshman year, Warren didn't really have that. So, he doesn't know how to play the drinking games.
That's a huge thing. That's a huge thing.
Know. It's a huge thing. I'm going buck nuts. And then next thing I know, I've texted one of my friends that I'm gonna leave the party. I don't recall doing it, but I see the text. I recall seeing the text. And you know the church across your old apartment, Doug?
I know the church across your old apartment, yes.
Yeah, your old apartment.
Yep.
I kind of fell asleep there.
Outside the church?
Bro!
Near the bush.
That happened like the first time I drank too. All right, I went to I had a white roommate. He was cool. He partied a ton, right?
Right.
It got a little annoying towards the end, right? Mm-hmm. During welcome, so Michigan has something called, I don't know how much we have it in. We had something called Welcome Week, which was basically you show up to the school on like a Tuesday and class does not start for a week. So what are you going to do every single night until the next Tuesday? You're going to get drunk. let's be real here. You're gonna party. We got a first football game coming up on Saturday. You know how you better know how to drink and know the fight song by then, essentially, right? Like, I think the second night, so this must have been like Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I was kind of homesick the first day, but then, you go to college. It is what it is. You're there.
Right. You get used to it. You're young.
So he's rushing, which means he wants to join a frat, right? Which means they give you drinks for free. They bring you up to the room. They talk to you why you should join your frat. And I was like, he's like, yo, pretend you want to join too, right? I was like, all right, so I'm with them. We're doing that. They got us plastered. Like, I've never been so wasted in my life, right? It's the first time I think I've ever been that drunk. We get separated at some point, it happens. I'm like, all right, I'm going to walk back home. Home is only not even 10-minute walk, right? Because I lived on Oxford. The party was on the hill somewhere, so it's relatively close, right? At a certain point, I was like, I'm not getting home, right? You know what I did, Anita? There was like a house with a fence. I jumped over the fence and slept in their bush.
What? Oh my god!
And then I woke up like at 5 a.m. I walked home because I was fine then.
Oh, you actually woke up in the morning and went back home?
Yeah.
What happened to you?
Good. That's good. That's not what happened to me.
Did someone wake you up?
Okay. Remember, I texted my friend.
Yeah.
It was one of my female friends from high school at the time. Very close. And I texted her. She was like, she's worried about me. She's concerned. She's like, oh,
of course, yeah.
She doesn't drink.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she did after a while, but like back then she was like a very goody two-shoes person. So she and her roommate start like hunting me down.
Oh no.
Aww.
And apparently it took her about 30 or 40 or so minutes. But at this point I'm awake again. They find me. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I go back to their dorm. I sleep on the floor. It's all good. And I wake up around 6 a.m. and I'm like, I need to go back to my dorm. I don't know why. I was like, I need to go back to my dorm.
You need to get back home. You're safe.
I need to.
Yeah.
Right. Like I am hella hungover. This is what hungover feels like. Okay, I need to go back home. So I go back to the apartment only to realize my phone is dead and that I have lost my keys. So here I am sitting in front of my, just standing in front of my dorm room, locked out, apartment, just, phone gone. I know my roommate's still in there sleeping. So I start knocking.
Oh no.
Really hard.
Oh no.
Like,
you're that guy.
I know. And then I wake up one of my my hallmates. Or either that or he was still awake because of the same reason. I don't know. He didn't seem that angry. He comes out and he's like, yo, if you go down and see the RAs, they'll get your replacement key. Sorry, I forgot what it was, but go see the RAs. They'll help you get back into your dorm. It'll be all good. So I go down to the RAs only to see that they have left. There's a little sign that says we'll be back in a couple hours. So there I am, 6 a.m. in the morning, phone dead, no keys, no way to get back in. Oh wait, actually no, there was a cell phone number that said call here if you need immediate help. And then
you don't have a phone, right?
No, my phone is dead. I'm telling you.
No battery.
Goodness.
Yeah, my phone is dead. No keys, nothing. And I see this random guy walk past me for some reason. He's fully awake. It looks like he hasn't gone to sleep yet for some reason. And he walks up to me. He's like, "Oh, hey man, you need help?" I'm like, "Yeah. Can you call this number to help me get back into my dorm?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And I get his help. I'm like, "Thank you so much, dude." Like, we part ways. I go back to my dorm. Turns out my roommate was awake the entire time. He was playing video games with his headphones on. And that was all fine. And then 2 months later, at a different party, I see the guy again. And he's like, "Oh, you're that guy I helped the other night at 6 a.m. in the morning." And he's like, "Yeah." And now we're best friends.
Wait, it was that guy? The K guy?
Yeah, the guy, right. The guy that helped me out in the 5 or 6 in the morning. He was like, yeah. And he was like, "I'll help you."
Oh,
you know,
that's a great ending.
Again.
Wow.
I like that ending.
What a wholesome ending. Yeah.
Wow.
So, hey man, how you doing? I can't say your name, but we called
know who you
last
are.
week.
Can I say one more party story, and then we'll talk about non-party stories?
Sure.
There's something in Ann Arbor called Hash Bash.
That happens, yeah.
I guess you can. All right, so y'all can probably figure out what Hash Bash means. It's a giant festival in Ann Arbor. Mom, if you don't want to listen to this one, please skip ahead. But it happened. I think I've told her it happened though. But so Hash Bash is essentially when a bunch of people take some vitamins. You know, we're celebrating. We want vitamins to be legal throughout the country. Ann Arbor it's been having this festival for like a gajillion years. I think like 30, 40 years. It's a celebration of vitamins, right? A specific vitamin. The Ilhun vitamin. Whatever Ilhun got, he would love this festival, right? There was a kid in my dorm, right? All right, let's just explode. There was a kid in my door selling drugs, right?
Oh no!
Vitamins.
He was selling vitamins. He was a vitamin distributor. Yeah. He was like a pharmacy on my floor.
Yaku.
At one point, he had some bakery pharmacies, right? He had bakery pharmacies. Yeah. And he's like, yo, Doug, I know you're not about the puff because you know you want to be a dentist. You know that kind of stuff is bad for your teeth. I get it, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, bro, I'll hit you with some bakery goods. And we can go to Hash Bash, right? Mind you, I have probably never taken anything of that sort in my life before. Wait, right?
Your first time was through a brownie?
Bro. Normally, you're supposed I think the only other time I took a tiny bit and then I fell asleep instantly. It was whatever, right?
Right, okay.
He gives me some bakery goods for free because we're homies, right?
Right.
This kid eventually got kicked out of school, just saying. But got some vitamins.
Oh my.
We're ready to go. We're going to Hash Bash. I'm having a good time, you know. It kind of stinks because, you know, the vitamins are smelly, right? We're there in the crowd. Some people are giving speeches as to why vitamins should be legalized in our country, right? All of a sudden, fam, it hits. And when I say it hits, it's like you got hit with a baseball bat in the face, right?
That sounds terrible.
I am in space right now. I am Neil Armstrong. I don't know where I am. Time is not relative anymore. It was the most ridiculous experience. I'm in a crowd of people, right? I almost start freaking out, right? Eventually, my vitamin dealer, you know, he has friends too. I lost him at some point, right?
Right.
At a certain point, I had to make my way back home. And I am in La La Land right now, fam. You know what your boy Doug did? I was like, there is no way I'm getting home. Even though I know the way to home, I'm just baked like the baked goods, right? I'm so baked.
Baked like bacon.
This was like the last time I ever did it, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I decided to do? Because it happens on the what is it? What is the main thing? The square? What do we call the main thing?
Diag.
The Diag. I haven't been there so many years, right? Where's the Diag? I somehow ended up at the Law Quad. And I sat next to a tree for 6 hours.
Isn't that the opposite direction of your apartment?
No. I was living at Oxford. It was freshman year, right?
Oh, okay.
I sat at the Law Quad, and I sat next to a tree for 6 hours until it wore off. And just to let you know, when you're baked on vitamins, time goes by so slowly, right?
Oh, that sounds like torture.
It literally felt like I was sitting there for about 3 weeks before
I
felt well enough to be better, right? I get up, I start to walk home. And walking home, it should be about 5-10 minutes. It felt like it took 3 hours to get home too. Like, it was the most excruciating thing. I went home and I slept for, I think, 18 hours straight after that.
God.
That was like, oh my God, that was the most ridiculous experience ever. I was literally in space. I think I met Jesus at one point, you know, like it was next level, dude. And then after the fact, he's like, how much did you take, bro? I'm like, I took this. He's like, you were supposed to take like a fourth of that, bro.
Oh no. Oh my God.
So, I mean, kids, next, if you're ever in college and you want to experiment with some vitamins, make sure that you're in a secure location around nice friends who'll take care of you. Just don't do that. Just
no, it's fine to do it as long as you know what you're doing and you have friends who will tell you. If
and honestly, don't let anyone peer pressure you to do vitamins.
No,
that's the main thing.
They're not your friends.
Do it because you want to, and do it with people that you know will keep you safe. Just saying.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a wholesome educational podcast we are.
All right, let's talk about some other things then. Anita, you got any interesting stories? Do you want to talk about Bubble Island and what happened there?
We'll see. It ended up being a little bit of chaperoning because
we got chaperoning.
We had to chaperone a couple.
I
of people.
apologize.
I was in town for the concert the year after I graduated, right? Because I was like, I'm gonna come back and see you guys. I'm back in Ann Arbor, sleeping on Warren's futon, which is horrific. The futon's terrible, but
I apologize for that as well.
The concert happened, right, Anita? What do we do after the concert happens?
There's usually an after party.
There's an after party. There's some beverages. No vitamins though, because Korean kids don't do vitamins, right? We had some beverages. At a certain point, the younger kids in the club saw this as a green light to get absolutely hammered. And even though Warren's high up in this club, Warren also decided to get absolutely plastered. And at one point, he was drinking out of a bowl that was full of some kind of concoction with a ladle. He was literally ladling it into his mouth. I swear to God. I
wasn't the only one doing that.
Yeah, because another one of our friends was like, Warren, ladle it up. And they're constantly ladling Warren, right? Warren's getting ladled all the time, right? At a certain point, when you're with typically Korean people, you do a couple things. You end up at various places. Icha, sometimes, which is like second stop, third stop, fourth stop. Second stop was bubble tea, right? Everyone likes bubble tea. We'll get some hydration. Maybe everyone will feel better, right?
Some fresh air. Yep.
We get the bubble tea. We arrive in different times because we're like, let's just slowly migrate there. I'm in like group 2. It happens. We're there. We're chilling. All of a sudden, other kids from the club now show up. I don't know who these kids are, right? One particular lady is probably a freshman, I think, right? She's young at this point. She is drunk out of her mind. We're having bubble tea. It's kind of funny. Warren's red at this point, like a lantern.
Very flushed.
This girl in their club just pukes on the floor. This bubble tea.
We did not make it outside.
She just pukes everywhere. I'm like, survival instincts. I'm dipping, right? I go outside. I'm sitting there on my phone. I'm sitting there on my phone. I'm texting my mom like, she'll see this in the morning. It was so much fun. They did great. Yeah, whatever. All of a sudden, Warren runs out of the bubble tea place. I'm standing near this potted plant. He just dumps in the potted plant and starts puking his brains and then I hear him while he's puking. It's coming out of my nose.
Oh, Warren.
and we're at this really busy street. Everyone's just watching Warren puke into this potted plant.
By the side of the road.
All I do is just start laughing at it. Oh my God.
I remember this a little bit.
Yeah.
And my thought process was, I was like, it's coming. It's it's coming, but like you're too drunk and you're like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then the girl pukes inside, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to end up like her. So I run outside, and that is the dire moment when that happens.
Oh my God, it was
and
so funny.
I was just very happy that I didn't do it inside.
I think I golf clapped for you too while you were doing it.
Why?
I think I was cheering you on. I'm like, whoa!
No.
And the thing was, I remember, like, wasn't that the time I almost got into a fight, apparently, while I was getting inside too? Wasn't that the same time?
Yeah, you threw up and then almost got in a fight within 5 minutes.
Wait, no, I actually think that was a misunderstanding, because I remember that very clearly. Once you empty your body, your mind becomes clear, and you start thinking a little more clearly. So I recall getting back up, and you and I were fine. And I'm wobbling a lot less at this point. And there were two dudes, and I think I pushed them slightly. And apparently, I almost got into a fight, and that's what people told me the day after.
You were all smiley because you're like, I'm good now, fam, right? Rally, right? You were rallying
I'm
hard.
Happy drunk a little bit.
You were rallied to the point where you went to norebang, you went to karaoke afterwards, and I didn't, right? You did.
Yeah.
I did not go.
You were rallying hardcore. You were a little goofy. You were walking down the street. You bumped into someone, right? That's what happened. You bumped into some bros, and they were not happy.
Okay.
And then you're like, hey, I'm sorry. And he's like, bro, you sorry? And then that's why you almost got in a fight, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And you thought it was like a joke, but it wasn't a joke. So I had to pull you away because I didn't want to fight these dudes. That's what happened, dude.
Right, I recall you pulled me away.
I'm sorry. This guy's crazy. Sorry. That's what happened.
No. It's no, yeah. Two frat bros. If you're still watching, I apologize for pushing you that night 3 years ago.
So Anita, you see a lot of these hijinks, and what happens at the drum parties is Anita ends up being a chaperone, right?
Yeah.
how does that feel being chaperone for these things?
Well, okay. So for this particular story, I didn't even get to see the altercation that Warren almost got himself into because I was helping the other girl get back home after throwing up inside the bubble tea place. So I don't know. I just felt really bad because I feel like, oh no, like I can't be in two places at once, but like I'm so concerned because so many people are just throwing up everywhere.
Hey, like I went back to Warren's house. I'm like, I gotta catch a flight at like 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then Warren's like, take my keys, leave the front door open, and I'll come in later.
What? Warren?
This is literally what happened. I'm like, bro, are you kidding? And he's like, no, just go.
I mean, like, yeah. I mean, okay. I did feel bad because at that point I was president of the club and Anita was too, and there was another person involved. And
so
that,
funny though.
If I remember correctly, that other person was getting hammered with me as well. At that point.
So it left me.
I know. I completely apologize.
I have a picture on my phone of you in the bubble tea place, dude.
Oh yeah,
right before it happened.
Right before it all goes down, dude.
Yeah, send me that picture. I'll put it on YouTube.
All right, but Anita, how about you talk about the fish rodeo? Were you at the fish rodeo?
Wasn't at the fish rodeo.
I wasn't there for the fish rodeo thing.
Oh, never mind.
Right. That was the summer Anita was back home and I was there, and we were like, no, you can tell the story. You know better.
All right, no. Anita, hit us with a story from you.
Well, I guess the most interesting story that I can remember that actually kind of came back to me because of a video that we watched for this week. So for people that paid attention to the Cravity My Cherry music video, there's certain scenes where there's some cars flashing, passing by.
Look, Warren.
Oh, that's me. Yeah, there I am.
Yeah, so on that music video there's some cars, and if you see like the back license plate thing that they have, it says Peaches, right?
Oh.
Little fact. Warren knows this story.
I was there.
Yeah, because it was our last year in the club. One of the last performances that we did for this drumming club, and we got invited, but the Peaches reference. So Peaches is actually a brand, a Korean-led brand, I think. And we got invited to this event, and in this event they had merchandise from Peaches. They were like hoodies, and they were free for all of the people that went to this event, the performers. So everybody in the club had these hoodies. So I have a Peaches hoodie for free. And I honestly didn't even know the brand at the time, but that's the connection there. But at this event, there was a big guest. It was a Korean event held by an Korean organization, and they had a guest, a very particular guest named Loopy. So
the rapper Loopy was at this event. The rapper
Loopy
in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Showed up in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, Make It Rain Loopy was at this event for some reason.
Yeah, but what made it so weird was that he was like the big event, right? So he was in the performance hall that they rented out. He was like front and center. And when we performed, I don't think there were like a ton of people there at the time when we were performing, but it was so awkward because the music that we were performing is traditional Korean music. It's not like pop, it's not K-hip hop. It's nothing related to that. No. And there's Loopy listening to us play.
Oh my god!
It was so awkward. Weird.
So awkward.
The thing was, Loopy was looking at us with like so much interest in his eyes, And he was like, oh, look at them go. And then he like almost imitated us a little bit in the middle.
Bro, he was looking for his new gesture in his music video. He was like, woo!
Maybe.
Like, that could have been the new move.
The thing is, right, like, I'm a huge K-pop fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that many Loopy songs because I'm not a huge Make It Rain fan.
Same, yeah.
But I do enjoy his music. A lot of good stuff. He was main head liner at the after show, at the after party. At
the after party. Oh my god.
Right. I remember going to that one.
Yeah.
That was the closest I've seen a Korean rapper up so close because there were about less than 100 people in the venue.
It was crazy.
I know. And the entire crowd is just Korean Americans, Koreans, doing their thing. And everyone's like, yeah, we know Loopy, like, we don't know his songs, but we've seen him on Show Me the Money, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
Right. And then here is this kid, glasses, orange hair at that time, like kind of nerdy looking, big cheeks, playing Korean drums. And he's jumping up and down, like singing along to all of his verses. And several times he like looked over at me. And I could see it in his eyes, and he was like, "What are this wild little kid playing drums and then doing this?" Like, I could tell he was like thinking I'm a crazy little. Good times. Shout out to Loopy.
Very interesting experience right there.
Bro, we used to play drums for like anyone who would pay us, like the club, because the club needed to raise money.
It was a little bit too much of anybody.
At one point, we were like, "Yeah, we need money. We're gonna do anything." We got invited to something called a fish rodeo.
Oh yes,
in Lansing.
That was the official name. Yeah.
And at that time, you do the drumming sitting down, but we had learned how to do the standing stuff, which is more intricate and more performance based.
We learned it at the workshop we talked about earlier.
We learned it at that workshop where I hit the deer. But we went to this fish rodeo. It's apparently a fishing tournament thing. We went in the middle of the day. Of course, everyone is out fishing, right? So they make us perform on this stage. There was 10 people in the audience, and I think 7 of them were other performers. It was the most embarrassing thing ever. Although there was one Korean grandma in the audience who was so happy that we were doing this. But
right.
Hey, we made like $500 doing this, so it was worth. But true. Like, oh my god,
the thing was
so awkward.
So that was the first time I performed as a part of the board, right? Like, because that club board special people, lots of performances, and I was like super excited, I was like, oh, I get to join board, like, oh, I'm with the cool youngs and nunos now, oh, so excited, and go see like 3 people in the audience, and I was like, oh man, what have I gotten myself into?
Normally people invite us to like cultural events where there's a ton of people, and you just want to absorb other people's culture, that's like the bread and butter. Right. This one was just like, sometimes people hold events and they just needed weird things, and we were one of the weird things there, but they still paid us, so I guess it was worth. I think we've gone long enough on these stories. We could tell some more in a future time. We got a list here that we didn't get through. There's a lot of funny ones, but vitamins are a thing. Loopy's a thing. Hitting deers is a thing. Chaperone.
Drink responsibly, people. Drink responsibly.
In terms of the songs, honestly, drink responsibly because
please.
You don't want the 2 things you want to avoid. Here's some life lessons, right? You want to avoid getting written up by the campus police, right?
Oh yeah.
You want to avoid having to go to the hospital because you instantly get the minor in possession, right? You want to avoid that. And number 3, you don't want to scare your parents, so call them often.
First and foremost, yeah.
All right.
Have fun, but realize there's a tomorrow.
In terms of the stuff from next week, so tomorrow is a big day. There's 4 releases. Dreamcatcher, IZ*ONE via Universe, Kyuhyun, and this one's a crazy collaboration. So T1, the esports team, right, is having a song come out with Raiden, EXOs, Baekhyun, and Changmo. That's something. And then on Wednesday, the 27th, my ultimate bias, IU, is coming back with a song called Celebrity. And then on Thursday, the 28th, we have Hyuna. And I think that's all we're getting so far.
Interesting.
All right. I think there might have also been something on the Monday, but, I forgot. So it is what it is. But this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me today. It's been fun. It's been a pretty long episode, but we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Based Mina, Jedi, Gogumama, Jacob, Luke Daniels, Malfiar, NJ Parks, OP, Chris, Tier. Thank you for joining SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Malfiar, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.